welcome guys. Welcome to my another YouTube video. This is your host Shivansh, and today we are gonna, you know, look at this beautiful dark water setup. I have this species only dark water setup for Pygmy Corydoras. So I've kept only 10 or 11 of them here. I think 11 of the pygmies are here. So basically, I'll just brief you about the detail, the specs that I have in this tank. So basically, this is I think around 50 liters of water volume. Also, the filter is from Shiruba, and the turnover rate is around 5 to 10 times already. Light is from Corydoras itself. Corydoras W RGB-C2 is there. I've used some root wood in here, the black root wood, also black driftwood. Along with that, some hydrocotyle tripartita, some Vallisneria nana is there. Um, you know the the grass that you see is like very common plant in the hobby. So these are some basic details about this tank. We have some elder cones in the foreground and background as well. So these are I just kept them to so that these cories can graze upon that. Also these are one of my favorite Corydoras. These are like really beautiful and nano fishes. You can keep the a group of them in a very small aquarium as well. So I think this is the basic details all about this tank. So I used Nile river sand for the foreground, and I put in the sand in every place, and I put some cami bags filled with soil in the base of the aquarium. So the another layer is then top of on top of that another layer of sand is there. So this is how I set up this tank. I'll just let you guys comment about it, and let me know anything you want to discuss in this tank, how I set up this tank. Actually, I didn't make a video of that. Also, how do I actually tannish this water? I'll just share this the small trick with you as well. So I've got this trick from made by KM. The guy, I think I've checked on YouTube. I think he's a really good guy because the videos that he posts are like very informative and very to the point. So you should check his channel as well. So made by KM, the channel name is. I'll share a link in the description as well. Also so basically what I was telling you earlier, that you can create these tannins by using almond leaves, just because simply by boiling them in water and letting them set for 24 hours, and just using that tannins for further tan your aquarium. So this is a very basic trick you can use to tan your aquarium very controllably. So in this manner you can just create as much you can slowly add as much as tannish as you want, because if you do it too rapidly, eventually the pH is gonna drop like really low. Even a little fluctuation in pH causes very high chemical changes in water chemistry. So you shouldn't bothering with pH in any tank, I would suggest. I think as a beginner, you should never try to do anything with pH. So basically you can create this setup easily yourself. You just have to manage some. You have to create a simple slope, and you can put some bend black root wood, or any root wood, any driftwood that you have in hand, and just create some sort of randomness in this, because I don't think black water setups are supposed to be creating some sort of it should be a biotope thing technically, because the way you tan the aquarium, the way you put the woods and everything, you should be just recreating natural environment itself. So this was all about this tank, I think. Again, um, suggest me if you want me to add any, some sort of snail that you would like, because I have tons of snails everywhere in other aquariums. I have almost every famous, you can say, or very common snail in aquarium hobby, from hornet snail to pagoda or rabbit snail, or purple black rabbit snail as well. So I have like tons of uh, snails in other tanks. I'll just share other videos with you as well. So let's talk about the stocking that I have kept here. Fishes, I've chosen these very carefully because first of all, they are micro fishes. Second, they are easily available. Third thing would be like I love them. So these fishes are like really cool fishes, I think, because they hover around everywhere. They check everything in the aquarium. They school, in fact, they school really well. They school like a train sometime. Everyone goes through the same, under the same wood, or under the same rock at the same, going in a chain or something like that. So they usually do that very, very often. Also, these fishes are easy to keep, I think, because they are like not very, I think these are hardy fishes, in compared to any small tetra, or like any other small fish, microfish. These are quite hardy. You can you can keep a group of 10 very easily in a small 50 to 70 liter aquarium itself. Also, they need like a base layer of sand, because they have like very sensitive bristles. So you shouldn't be putting any sharp thing in the aquarium in terms of keeping them. Let's let me share these details in Hindi as well. So ये कॉरिडोरास जो हैं, बेसिकली इनके ना मुंह पे छोटे छोटे से ब्रिसल्स होते हैं, विच विच दे यूजली वो अपना खाना वाना सब ढूंढती हैं और इधर उधर घूमती हैं. सो दे वो बहुत सेंसिटिव चीज़ें रहती हैं. वो बहुत सेंसिटिव इनके एलिमेंट्स होते हैं इनकी बॉडी के. तो वी शुडंट बी हमें ट्राई करना चाहिए कि जो स्टोन्स हैं या जो भी हम एनीथिंग आप जो उसमें डाल रहे हो वो थोड़ा सा शार्प ना हो, और मतलब सबस्ट्रेट जो हो वो स्मूथ हो. तो ऑल्सो द टेम्परेचर रिक्वायरमेंट इज़ लाइक नॉट रियली specific, you can say the band, like they can go in a lower temperature range as well, like I think 22 24. Also they can live in 28 as well, like very comfortably. So these are like very hardy fishes. और साथ में टेम्परेचर रिक्वायरमेंट इनकी इतनी अच्छी है कि आप इनको मतलब नॉन टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल एनवायरनमेंट में भी रख सकते हो. मतलब ऑब्वियसली यू शुडंट बी कूलिंग देम डाउन लाइक टू 15 डिग्री सेल्सियस. उसके लिए आपको एक हीटर तो प्रोक्योर करना पड़ेगा. और गर्मियों में भी दे सर्वाइव वेरी वेल. जस्ट कीप डूइंग द वाटर चेंज, और ओवर स्टॉक मत करो अपने एक्वेरियम को. The really good thing about these fishes that like they can they breed very easily. Corydoras can be bred very easily. आपके घर पे आप वो ब्रीड कर सकते हो इफ़ यू वांट. आपको बस सही एनवायरनमेंट और सही वाटर पैरामीटर्स के साथ देखना पड़ेगा. बेसिकली TDS शुड बी लो. दे ये फिशेस तब ब्रीड करती हैं जब बारिश होती है, बिकॉज उस टाइम पे टैनिन्स आते हैं पानी में. उसके साथ इतना लो pH का वाटर आता है. साथ में TDS उसका बहुत लो होता है, बिकॉज फ्रेश वाटर इज़ लाइक अराउंड 30 TDS आई थिंक. In fact lower than that, if you collect it like really clean environment. और ये फिश जंपर्स भी नहीं है, तो आपको इतनी मतलब हेडेक नहीं होता है. यू कैन कीप इन देम इन ओपन एक्वेरियम. बट कुछ बार होता है लाइक सम फिशेस जंप इवन दो कीप अ लिड, और दे इवेंचुअली डाई. कुछ ना कुछ हो जाता है. दे इवेंचुअली व्हेन दे जंप वो टकरा जाती हैं लिड से, तब भी वो मर सकती हैं. सो दे मतलब मेरी तो एक भी जंप नहीं करी अभी तक. मतलब दीज पिग्मीज और फिशेस कर चुकी हैं. So that was a really like bad experience. I'm always taking precautions now. और इन फिशेस की को के ब्रीड करने के बाद दे जस्ट अपने एग्स जो हैं वो सब जगह स्कैटर कर देती हैं, और दे जस्ट दे डोंट केयर अबाउट द ऑफ एग्स और फ्राइज, एनीथिंग लाइक डिस्कस टू और एनी सम माउथ ब्रूडिंग सिक्लेट टू। तो आप इनको मतलब किसी बहुत छोटे से टैंक में रख के फ्रेश वाटर प्रोक्यूर करके आप इनको ब्रीड कर सकते हो। दीज आर लाइक रियली कूल फिशेस टू कीप इन स्मॉल एक्वेरियम एट योर होम। I think if you want to procure them, you can in Delhi you can get them from I think Fish Point Sarojini Nagar. Pulkit is really helpful in that. आपको वहाँ पे सारी फिशेस मिल जाएंगी ऑलमोस्ट, अगर आप दिल्ली में हो तो। और आई वुड रिकमेंड सम अदर प्लेस इफ़ यू वांट सम स्पेसिफिक लाइक रैम्स का एक्सपीरियंस मेरा मतलब बाहर से ज़्यादा अच्छा रहा है, इन फ्रॉम केरला और समथिंग फ्रॉम डायरेक्ट फार्म इटसेल्फ। तो आई वुड सजेस्ट टू गेट दोज फिशेस फ्रॉम देयर। और see, you are paying for fishes, why not to get the best one, right? What will eventually happen अगर आपने बीमार स्टॉक खरीद लिया, तो that's not good for any of you, even the seller or the customer, because वो मरती हुई फिश से आपकी हॉबी ख़राब हो जाएगी। तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि have a good look at fishes before buying any fish. Also not to overstock your tank. If you want to keep these fishes, try to create a natural environment. Don't use those रंगीन pebbles और एकदम सा चमकता धमकता हुआ कुछ भी प्लास्टिक। आई वुड सजेस्ट यू टू अवॉइड, बिकॉज एवरीवेयर माइक्रो प्लास्टिक इज़ एवरीवेयर ऑलरेडी देयर, और इन फिशेस में और माइक्रो प्लास्टिक आप डालोगे तो मतलब अच्छी हेल्थ नहीं रहेगी उनकी लॉन्ग टर्म में, इफ़ यू वांट टू कीप देम फॉर वेरी लॉन्ग टर्म। प्लांट्स इसमें कुछ खास है नहीं। आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू द फ्लोटिंग प्लांट्स आर अमेजॉन फ्रॉगविट विच आर आई थिंक वे आर नेटिव टू देयर एनवायरनमेंट। सो एक चीज़ मैं सजेस्ट करूँगा कि हाउ डू यू एक्चुअली चेक ऑन फिशेस, हाउ डू यू नो दैट फिश आर हेल्दी और दे आर मूविंग नॉर्मली, और दे आर what sort of साइंस दैट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर इन हेल्दी फिश। तो वो मैं सजेस्ट करूँगा कि आपको अपनी फिश कम से कम दिन में एक बार डेली एक बार चेक करनी चाहिए। अगर आप कहीं बाहर जा रहे हो दैट्स ओके, बट मतलब एक बार तो चेक करनी चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट्स योर पेट, राइट? तो आप फिश को देखोगे, इफ फिश इज़ लाइक मूविंग रियली फास्ट, agile, very nimble in every corner, like it's checking depending on the fish behavior obviously, right? Some fishes are already naturally shy, तो उनका तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते, बट जो बेसिक है मैं आपको अभी इन फिशेस के लिए बता सकता हूँ कि दे शुड बी मूविंग इन अ ग्रुप समटाइम्स, मतलब दे शुड इवेंचुअली डू स्कूलिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग, और वो कंटिन्यूसली मूव होने चाहिए। दे शुड बी दे आर लाइक क्रेजी मूवर्स, वो मूव करती रहती हैं, दे गो ईच इन एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द एक्वेरियम, दे चेक अराउंड एवरीथिंग, और ऐसा मूवमेंट रहना चाहिए, स्कूल रहना चाहिए। सो बेसिकली दिस शुड बी बिहेवियर यू शुड बी टारगेटिंग फॉर कि फिश कंफर्टेबल फील करने के बाद ऐसा मूव करेगी। Also plants should be there, I would say कि everyone should be keeping plants in their freshwater aquariums, especially if you are keeping tropical fishes. These guys are show really different type of behaviors, really cool behaviors in fact. Also they they breed easily when they find their natural environment to be comfortable. There should be plenty of food, there should be don't overfeed them obviously. These fishes thrive in nature environment. That's what we are trying to recreate here. This is not even closer to what nature has, but अगर आप balance करके चलोगे between food, between water changes, so we will get a good aquarium and good experience with fish hobby. Also don't overstock your fish aquarium, don't overstock with big fishes. Don't try to keep 4 goldfish, sharks and everything in one aquarium. Those fishes are supposed to get very big. You are not supposed to keep them in like 2 feet aquariums. Please don't buy sharks, please don't buy these common plecos. These are not really good for if you leave them some natural habitat, native natural habitat, they will just going to overtake everything. बिकॉज दे आर नॉट नेटिव एंड स्पीशीज़, एंड जो हमारी लोकल स्पीशीज़ होती हैं दे डोंट नो हाउ टू टैकल देम, सो वो इवेंचुअली दे जस्ट ओवरटेक एवरीवन, एंड उससे बहुत सारे हमारे एंड हमारा इकोसिस्टम, लोकल इकोसिस्टम बिगड़ जाता है. So I would suggest not you guys to buy these fishes. कि I know the fishes are like really cheap and they look really good when you call them shark. Those are not actually sharks. In fact, those are just some catfish, some sort of catfish. I've read I have read about them, but I currently I don't recall exactly. I would if you want to know, I'll just give you a description whenever if you want to know, you can leave me a comment as well. So please do not overstock your aquarium. The conclusion is to keep to keep or pursuing this hobby, to be keep your fishes happy. That's all it's about I think. और आपको ऐसा एक्वेरियम बनाना है, सो गेट दीज थिंग्स. आप ये वीडियो से इंस्पायर हो सकते हो, और यू कैन सजेस्ट मी टू क्रिएट अ डिफरेंट स्केप इन दिस इटसेल्फ, और कि यू कैन सजेस्ट मी कि मैं किस ब्लैक वाटर एक्वेरियम से डार्क वाटर सेटअप से इंस्पायर हो सकता हूँ. आप मुझे सजेशन दे सकते हो इसके बारे में, और सी हाउ दिस फिशेस आर स्कूलिंग. I think that was all. Let's catch you guys in next video. Happy fish keeping. Bye. Take care.